What's up, everybody? Chewy coming at you today. We got another Marvel Crisis Protocol video, and this time we're going to talk about Mephisto, Lord of Temptation. And the devil is going to be in the details with this card. There's a lot going on with this character, and I was going to review him yesterday, but life got busy. Also, in the original time, in the panel to play, it didn't have the leadership in it originally. Then it got updated, I think, a little bit later. So I'm glad I'm reviewing it today. I have all the information that I can, and I'm using MCPDB today to review everything here. So that's really cool. Shout outs to Nate. That guy does a fantastic job with MCPDB. This is great, and we're gonna review the card from here instead of the document from Atomic Games. Yeah, if you guys can dislike, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things y'all got to do. I'm always going to MCP content. Tomorrow, we're going to do Abomination. I know he came out today. We're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to talk about him because I feel like there's a lot going on here with Mephisto. And I really want to take some time to just talk about him a little bit. Rather than doing a 50-minute video talking about everything, I'm going to split it up. So that'll be tomorrow. Saturday, I have a match against Gurn for the fourth round of the Silver Spork. That should be fun. So that video should be out, I think, Sunday. I'll record Saturday night and then have it ready for Sunday morning. So that's what's coming up for the schedule for this week for videos. So let's get to it. Defenses, Mephisto, Lord of the Temptation. 3 for 4, really good. 7 health is fantastic. He's a 5 threat, size 3 moves medium. Really good stuff here. He has a gainer as his first attack, which is a 0 power cost energy attack on a wild handout incinerate. Not surprising that the Lord of Temptation is handing out Incinerate to characters. It's not very surprising there. And he has a range 2 misc attack after the attacker is resolved. If he deals a damage, hand out a Devil's Deal token. We're going to go through that in a little bit once we go down his card. If this attack will deal 1 or more damage, it deals 1 damage instead. So this is just a flat 1 damage. And what drives me insane about these attacks is that, for example, Shuri and Black Cat have an attack that do this. Every time I roll for those attacks, they always go above average, and they only do 1 damage. And what's going to drive me insane about this attack is that I'm probably going to do a lot of damage and then only do 1 and then get a Devil's Deal token. You do get something out of it, but it's just those attacks always drive me nuts because they always do above average every single time, and it's always 1 damage. And I always look back, and I always think to myself, man, if that just did not do 1 damage, it would just kill him, right? But it is what it is. Let's get to the spender. This is a 5 power cost, beam 4. Energy attack, 6 dice. For each Devil's Deal token, this character has For each Devil's Deal token, this character has add 1 die to its attack rolls for the attack. So if you have 3 Devil's Deal tokens, this goes to 9. Really good stuff here. After each attack is resolved, the target character gains the Incinerate special condition. So basically, this is just a giant beam that hands out Incinerate. And if you can soften up characters with Incinerate, especially characters with a high defense pool, that's really good. And you don't have to meet a condition. You don't have to do a damage. You don't have to hit a wild. Nothing. That is very, very good. And I think that's well worth the spender, honestly, to hand out a whole bunch of Incinerate on a bunch of characters that neither defense is lowered. So really good stuff there. And on top of that, you can juice the attack. I mean, if you can do a 9-die beam spender here and hand out Incinerate to everyone and then just basically maybe daze or KO some characters because your dice pool is really high, really strong stuff there. Devil's Due. 1 power cost. I love these super power names. Devil's Due. Choose an enemy character within 3 of this character. Spend 1 Devil's Deal token. If you do, roll 5 dice. For each while rolled, the target character loses 1 power, and this character gains a power. Okay, really? That's very interesting. Then for each hit rolled, the target character suffers 1 damage. A character may be affected by superpower once per round. So this can be done on multiple characters. This is not just a once per turn effect. This is once per turn per character in the round, okay? So if you have 3 Devil's Deal tokens and you have the power and you have 3 power, you can do this about 3 times, right? And this is not a bad superpower here. This is actually pretty cool. If you roll wilds, you basically sap power from the character, and then you gain that power back, right? And if you roll hits, well, you do damage. So that's really, really cool. And it's really awesome. And you can put this on a bunch of multiple characters. Well, I think max 3 characters so far. So that's really cool. Really nice. I really like that. I really like the Devil's Deal superpower. It's really, really cool. I think it's fantastic. How can I be of service? I'm just imagining him just walking up to you and be like, hey, how can I be of service? What can I do for you? What deal can we make today? You know what I'm saying? Where I could ruin your life. Stupid Mephisto. Anyway, how can I be of service? 2 power cost. Choose an enemy character within 3. Place this character within 1 of it. Then this character makes an infernal bargain attack targeting that character. This is power can be used once per turn. This does not have an action attached to it. So I think you could do this and then still do your 2 actions, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong down below. Normally, this has to say action for it to count as an action. This does not count as an action. Maybe the attack does. I'm not 100% sure. So if you guys can clear that up for me down below, let me know. I think this is really good. This is a way for you to get, you spend 2 power. You can teleport one on a character, gain some distance on them, and then gain a Devil's Deal token, and then do your 1 damage for the Infernal Bargain. I think that's really cool. Meet my associate. Meet my associate. 1 power cost. When this character is targeted by an attack, it may use a superpower. Spend 1 Devil's Deal token. If you do, choose another allied character within 3. Place it within 1 of this character. Then the chosen character becomes the new targeted. So basically, this is like a bodyguard, but not a bodyguard. This is basically redirecting this attack to another character, which is really strong. And it only costs 1 power, 1 Devil's Deal token. So this is really strong. You can take an attack off of Mephisto because as I'm seeing right now, he has no built-in rerolls or anything like that for defense dice or attack dice, and he has no DR. So, with that being said, I mean, what's going to help him survive is the 7 health, which is a lot to chew through, and his defense dice pool is pretty good. So there's no DR to help him out from there, or no rerolls to help him out with that, right? So this is a way to take the heat off of him. No pun intended there. To take the heat off of him, and another character can take the attack. So that's really good. I think that's a really strong effect, and it only costs 1 power to do, and you can possibly pull it off turn 1. And the best thing about this is now I'm thinking about turn 1. Think about a situation where you just move up, grab an extract or something like that. Someone attacks Mephisto, and you have a character that's on a deployment line. This is all hypothetical, right? I'm not saying this is what will happen. Okay, this is all hypothetical. You have a character on the deployment line on a big base, whatever. Next thing you know, they attack Mephisto. Okay, you have to have 1 power first, and you have to have 1 Devil's Deal token. If you can have those 2 things turn 1, and you have a character within 3, well, and that character hasn't activated, well, think about it like this. That attack comes through, I get to reposition that character, put them within 1, and now, once it goes back to you and they don't daze or, if they don't daze the character, well, you just moved up that character up the board really far, and now they can go and start messing with characters on their side of the pitch, right? So that's really good. I mean, I think that's very, very effective. I think that's really strong. So that's a really good superpower for 1. I mean, that's really damn good. Demonic Contract. This character may have a maximum of 3 Devil's Deal tokens at any time and begins the game with 1 Devil's Deal token. So yeah, you can do that turn. The scenario I'm bringing up, you can do this turn 1, and reposition a character and put them within 3 if they attack Mephisto. If they don't, then you just don't do it, right? Which I don't see a world where someone just comes up and attacks Mephisto. I think they maybe throw him or something like that. I don't know. Just to get rid of that range 3 shenanigan that you could do. So, yeah, I mean, you can just do a turn 1, just like I said. So that's really cool. And you can only have a maximum of 3 Devil's Deal tokens, so keep that in mind. During the power phase, this character gains 1 power for each Devil's Deal token it has. So here's the crazy part. So basically, Meet My Associate is guaranteed turn 1. So he's going to have 2 power turn 1. He can go up, grab an extract, and then from there still have 1 power. Or, if, God forbid, someone's within range 3 of him, well, he can then just do his gainer. He goes back to 2 power. And now, well, guess what's online? Meet My Associate and Devil's Due is online right now. But I guarantee you're probably going to want to do Meet My Associate turn 1 to bring up a character further up the pitch, and then they can just go ahead and do whatever they want from there. So that's really good. That's very, very interesting. Immunity to incinerate and poison, not surprising at all. Injured side, nothing really changes on this side at all. So that's really good. He's basically the same character. Really good stat line. He's very interesting. He was a character that I was not looking forward to buying, is because I'm not a huge Mephisto fan as a Marvel reader, comics reader. I'm not the biggest fan of Mephisto. I've never really cared for him much. But now that I'm reading his rules and everything, and the fact that he's a part of Cabal and Criminal Syndicate that was talked about in the Atomic Mass Games article, He is going to be part of Cabal and Criminal Syndicate, which is very interesting. I just feel like every bad guy just goes into Cabal at this point. Criminal Syndicate was very interesting. The fact that he's been working with Kingpin and all that, that's really cool. Yeah. I think Mephisto's a really strong. I think he's a really good character. I mean, I really think he's pretty fun to play. He's got some really cool decision trees, I think. The fact that he can reposition a character within 3 and put them within 1, fantastic, right? I like him. I'm definitely going to be purchasing him and giving him a shot. I mean, there's so much I want to play right now. Right now, I'm like in love with Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen, and other affiliations that I want to play. Everything's really interesting right now. So this is really cool. Love it. So let's get to the Tactics cards, because I feel like the Tactics cards really embody Mephisto. They give this whole they're giving your opponent interesting decision trees with the Tactics cards, and that's what I love about him. He embodies that evil jerk with these characters. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to give you you did this, right? But I'm going to take this away from you, kind of thing, right? I think that's what's going on. It's like a give and take, right? Like we're making a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love that about it. They're really capturing with the Tactics cards, and let's talk about it right here. Let's go with Brand New Day. When an enemy character would be dazed or KO'd while within 3 of an allied Mephisto, Lord of Temptation, he may play this card. The enemy character's controlling player chooses one of the following effects, and this is what I'm talking about. It's like, hey, you took out one of my guys, but hey, man, you got to choose one of these things, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to take out one of my guys, you got to choose one of these things, right? The enemy character is not dazed or KO'd. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. While an enemy character within 3 would be dazed. I'm reading this backwards. When an enemy character would be dazed or KO'd. I just dazed and KO'd your character. Now you got to make a decision, bro. What's the decision you're going to make here? Okay? Now watch this. The enemy character is not dazed or KO'd and removes 1 damage. All special conditions and up to 1 activated token from itself. Additionally, Mephisto, Lord of Temptation, gains 2 Devil's Deal tokens and removes an activated token from any allied character. Like, this is cool. Like, yeah, man, hey, you saved the character I just killed, right? But guess what? Hey, if you do that, I can bring him back for you. You know what I'm saying? I can bring him back for you, okay? But here's the other side of it. If you do that, I'm gonna get this instead. Like, that is so cool. I love that. Mephisto, Lord of Temptation, removes all damage and special conditions from himself, and then just gains 3 power. Like, these are the decisions I get for doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you choose one of these, right? And whatever you choose, that's what you get, right? So that's really cool. I love that. Brand New Day is really, really interesting. That's really cool. Devil's Reckoning. And this is the leadership that was released yesterday. When this squad is included in your squad, when this card is included in your squad, if your squad is unaffiliated and includes Mephisto, Lord of Temptation. So this is another leadership, and this is the 3rd one in the, I think, 4th one in the game right now that can do the whole unaffiliated thing. Dormammu, if you count that. I mean, well, you will count that. Dormammu, Hellfire Club, Dracula with his, and now Mephisto with this one. So, this is going to be interesting. He may play this card. Your squad is now a Legion of Lost. Affiliation, regardless, is Mephisto, Lord of Temptation. He gains the leadership ability. During the cleanup phase, your opponent chooses 1 non-dazed character they control with... Okay, hold on. During the cleanup phase, your opponent chooses 1 non-dazed character they control without the Incinerate special condition or the immunity to Incinerate superpower. The chosen character gains 1 power and then the Incinerate special condition. So it's like, again, it's one of those, yeah, bro, hey, listen, I'm going to give you a power, but you got to take Incinerate. Like, that's so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving you these buffs, right? But there's a cost. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that they captured that with Mephisto. That's really cool. Like, hey, bro, you get this, but I'm going to take this away from you. Like, that's really cool. So they gain Incinerate, but they gain a power, but they're going to gain Incinerate. Additionally, during the cleanup phase, choose 2 characters you control. The chosen characters gain 1 power. There you go. So I get to choose 2 characters and they gain a power as well. Like, that is so cool. I think this is a pretty decent and really cool leadership in the game. The fact that they're giving the opponents these decision trees to make, like the decisions to make with their characters, I think is really cool. I think it's a really interesting play style and something that's brand new and refreshing to the game. And that's really, really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Embrace the Inferno. God, these tactics cards and their names. During the power phase, an allied Mephisto, Lord of Temptation, may spend 4 power to play this card. All other characters within 3 of Mephisto, Lord of Temptation, gain the Incinerate special condition. This does say all of the characters, so that means everybody within 3 will gain Incinerate, which means friendlies, enemies, doesn't matter. They all gain Incinerate. So you got to be careful with your characters and how they're placed within 3 of Mephisto. This round, when an allied character with the Incinerate special condition is attacking, it may reroll all of its attack dice. Oh, well, guess what? I am lying now. I guess you want your characters to have Incinerate. Again, it's one of those decisions. Hey, listen, your characters can be here, but then they can reroll some dice. Pretty cool. If it does, and the attack deals damage, it removes the Incinerate special condition after the attack is resolved. So that's really cool. So it's like, okay, yeah, you got the Incinerate special condition, but here, and now you can reroll your dice if you have Incinerate. But if you do damage, you can remove the Incinerate special condition from yourself after the attack results. So that's really cool. So there's a way to remove the Incinerate special condition, not be stuck with it, right? Because Incinerate can really hurt. You're not going to have it on your character for long. Let me just put it to you like this. Like, once you start putting Incinerate on and you're lowering the defense pools, it just becomes easier to daze characters, and then from there, the Incinerate special goes away, and then you start losing characters because of the Incinerate. So, really cool stuff. The Embracing Inferno is a really nice card. I like it a lot. All right, so let's get to the last card for Mephisto that was talked about. I think this might have been talked about in the mini extravaganza. I don't know. I don't remember, but I think it is what it is. Here it is. When another allied character would deal damage to an enemy character with an attack, an allied Mephisto may play this card. The enemy character's controlling player, again, it's one of those, hey, your opponent gets to make these decisions, right? Like, yeah, you get to choose this, bro, but we're going to do this. This is the price you pay. You know what I'm saying? The enemy character is controlled to choose one of the following effects. The attack does not deal damage, and the enemy character loses that much power instead. For the remainder of the game, Mephisto, Lord of Temptation, may have up to 5 Devil's Deal tokens instead of the normal 3. That is absolutely insane. Then Mephisto, Lord of Temptation, gains 2 Devil's Deal tokens. So if you choose the first one, all right, bro, you don't take damage. You're going to lose power instead. You save the character. Okay, cool. But because you saved the character, guess what, bruh? I get to get 5 Devil's Deal tokens now, and I get 2 more. It's so dirty. That is so dirty. After the attack is resolved, Mephisto, Lord of Temptation, may remove an activated token from himself. If he does not, return this card to your available team tactics cards instead of discarding it. And this card will be played again this game. So there's a situation where this is dirty, right? So check this out. You play this card, and Mephisto doesn't have the activated token. Well, what are you going to choose as the opponent now, right? Are you going to choose the second one, which basically revives this card? Because, you know, if I... Like, this is very interesting, right? Like, what are you going to choose? Like, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there a world where you're like, okay, yeah, go ahead. Remove the activate token from Mephisto. Oh, I don't have one. Now I return this card and I can do it again. That's wild, man. These cards are very fun. Like, Mephisto seems very fun to play. Like, he has the cards that he's doing and everything like that. Like, all of them are interesting and pretty damn good. Like, my whole thing is like, you're not gonna have room to play all these cards, right? Like, you only get 5 tactics card slots, and if you're playing the leadership, that takes up one of the slots. So now you have 4 left. If you're playing Mephisto, are you just gonna play all 5 of them? No, right? Obviously, you're going to pick and choose which one you choose. But, man, all 5 of them. I actually want to play a game where I have all 5 of the cards. And this is not going to work. This is going to be bad probably. But who cares? I'm going to be having fun. I'm going to play with all 5 of the cards. And then I'm just going to do all these weird, crazy things with Mephisto. And just see how it goes, honestly. But, no, right? Like, you're not... When you play Mephisto, you're probably going to take maybe 1 or 2 cards with him. And, you know, fill out the rest of your tactics card slots with whatever. Which ones you choose is probably going to be dependent on the scenario or the point level or whatever the matchup is, stuff like that, right? But all these cards do an interesting thing and are really cool and they're really fantastic. And they nailed Mephisto, like, they nailed Mephisto as a, like, just character, right? They named his, you know, his lore and everything. He feels like that devil that's in the game that's like giving you all these interesting decision points. It's like, yeah, but you do this, bro, but I'm gonna take this away, right? You know, there's a price to everything that you do, and I feel like they've captured that essence of Mephisto in this game, and it's fantastic. And he's definitely gonna be a purchase, not for me. I mean, I wasn't purchasing him before, now I am. So AMG, good job. You sold me on Mephisto. You made a deal with me. So all right, guys, that's it. That's Mephisto. Pay attention for tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about Abomination next. And let me know your thoughts on Mephisto overall, guys. How, you know, are you gonna be playing him in Criminal Syndicate? Are you gonna be playing him with his affiliation? Like, what are your thoughts overall on this character? Give me your thoughts down below. Anything I had incorrect, let me know down below, man. I make mistakes all the time. I read pretty fast. I miss things. Stuff happens, you know. It is what it is. If you guys can, yeah, and also like, dislike, comment, subscribe, do all those things y'all got to do. I'm always gonna have the MCP content for you guys. Take care. Have a wonderful, blessed day. I'll catch you on the next one.